So guys, we've got another student here. You know the situation. More on it. Okay, so what shall I say about the little protest you did there?
Going on stage for welfare to protest the guillotine, that is all made in the right frame of mind. The reasoning for everyone going on stage, that is great, is honourable, is made in the right frame of mind. This is students debating and protesting. It's what we do best, it's what we're here to do. To not do so would be lying to ourselves, is giving in too early. However, those students, those delegates that are still on stage are prolonging it longer than it needs to be. Okay? Instead of the point that they are trying to make, the importance of welfare has already been made loud and clear. Everyone in that conference floor knows the message they are saying, okay? What they are doing now is wasting time. They are taking away the time for the rest of conference, be it any other motion in any other zone, be it elections. Anything that was trying to take place on that floor can't, because the message has been prolonged too far, right? Those motions, sex workers' rights, decriminalising sex workers, abortions in Northern Ireland, all of those things are very, very important things, and I'm not belittling them in any way, shape or form, but the point has already been made, right? That stage needs to be used for everything else. Going any further is the wrong thing to do. But the odd thing is, as soon as you're on that stage, you can't get off. Yeah, because the conflict between the floor and the stage and everyone in the thing, as soon as you're in the middle, you can't get out.
I feel there was being good on the stage, and I feel that it was uniting together. I mean, I've never been on the stage, I've never been to conference before.
First time delegate, first time thing, first time on the stage. I didn't say anything, but first time on the stage.
We've got to sort of support students, because that's what we're here to do, is to support students' rights. And obviously, the important thing is, if you're of welfare, you have a duty to all public members alike, and obviously that's why I went up on the stage. But it was peaceful, it was quiet, it was relaxed. There was no banter or chanting on the floor.
Exactly.
That everybody behaved in a proper manner.
I think everybody has treated it in the way they should have. Everyone has treated it well, with respect, maturely. It is an excellent, absolutely amazing spectacle of solidarity for the NUS and the students here at conference, and I'm really, really glad to say that I was a part of it. But unfortunately, it has gone a step too far for myself.
No, you know, so I know there's a lot of people who've come off the stage now. They're coming off the back way. Everybody's behaved with dignity and respect, and you know what I mean. And that sometimes when your tensions are running high and feelings are running high, especially on serious matters like abortions, having to move to England, can't even stay in your own land, then something has to be done about it, because we are welfare, that's what we stand for, that's what we do.
Yeah.
And
I understand the worry of it going to NEC and it won't really be heard properly or won't be heard by the right people, but with so much chat about it, how can it not be heard? If there was any way to send something off to NEC with a slight bit of trust that it will actually be heard, is with this much chatter about it, right? This point, this so much chatter they were able to make by this protest on the stage, that is what was needed to make sure it's going to be heard properly, if it's going to be.
Too much chat about young women, right, falling pregnant, having to leave their hometown to come to be dealt with, not dealt with, I'll step back on that, to basically have their rights to their circumstances met. They shouldn't have to come overseas, down to Britain. It should already be in place where people are standing. It's a disgrace.
I think that's kind of reached the climax of what we've just said. If I was to keep talking to you, Dan, I feel like I'd be a broken record really at this point. It's all the same things that are going on. I don't know if it's still going on in there. I would be interested to know myself, but you know, the conference floor has closed. This isn't even a delay of things. The conference floor has closed. That is DPC's final decision, their only way of doing this. Like, this has become a health and safety issue. This is potentially a decision not even made by DPC, but the venue. This is further than NUS has gone, because we have pushed the venue and the DPC and everything, which potentially is what we needed to do. You know, sometimes you have to go to that extreme to make a point, and they clearly have, and that point has been made. But you don't need to stay at that extreme for so long.
So, Jamie, has this ever happened before? Like,
not in my knowledge.
Every single zone you've
is this?
Oh,
we're on the news.
Yeah, we're on the
apparently
news.
So. We're on Dan's news, and apparently for me, that's all that matters right now, Dan. But this isn't your first conference. You've been at others.
This is my second conference.
Did anything like this happen at
Nothing, to my knowledge, in the past few years, past maybe 8 years, has happened like this, to my knowledge. So this is a big thing.
This is a very big thing.
But I think it's actually quite sad that NUS doesn't have any faith in the elected block of 15 that are there to represent us students at NEC.
Yeah,
I think that's a sad
I think you talking about everything that was done in good spirits and all that thing. The shouting hatred at Shakira for her only being at one NEC. I mean, even if she has been at one NEC, that doesn't mean that you should just completely lose faith in everything after you've made such a loud point about it. You know, she's just been re-elected as president, which myself, I will happily say I'm very, very happy about. I'm a proud supporter of Shakira, you know. So I'm very, very happy about that. And I'm sure with this much talk about it, this much focus on it, she would be stupid not to be at NEC and discuss it properly. And I have full faith in her doing that. And that is the one area, the one section of this peaceful process that I would not agree with.
I basically feel that there's no way I could have stayed in the seat, obviously, any longer. I've never been on stage as big as I've never been to conference before. Yeah. And at the end of the day, I've come here to represent the voice of welfare. Yeah. And today, that was the only way I could do it. And it's long.
All students here are to represent the voice of their students at their unions, be it at HE or FE.
I'm fed up of years and years and years and years listening about people, young people, worried out of their mind, having to come over here for abortions and no one can deal with it, and it's disgusting. And I'll tell you what, that's another reason I got out of the seat, because it's not fair anymore. We've got money, we can afford to build places, we can afford to be health workers and look after our health people on all matters.
I think we've heard it all, really.
Does that conclude?
I think it does. Shall we break for lunch?
I think we should.
I think we should.
Break right there, guys. See you later.